Welcome to Brewed in Monmouth, the real estate tea with Kate and Doreen. We're here to talk homes, hometown gems, and real conversations with the entrepreneurs and locals who keep Monmouth County buzzing. I'm Kate, and as always,
I'm Doreen. Each week, we're bringing you the voices behind the businesses, the stories behind the sales, and the tea you need to hear. So grab your favorite drink, and let's get into it. So welcome to another episode of Brewed in Monmouth with Kate and Doreen. We are so excited today to have Joe Casola with us from Fox Hollow Vineyards, located right here in Monmouth County in Holmdel. And Joe, your family has been an epic name in Monmouth County forever. So tell us a little bit about the Casola family and how everything started with Fox Hollow Winery.
It's a beautiful vineyard.
Yeah, thank you so much. I would love to tell the story. And thank you both for having me here today.
Yeah.
So my family's been farming for 6 generations. My mom's family has been in the area for a couple hundred years.
Wow.
My dad's family started back in like the 1900s. And so our family farming is deeply rooted in the community of Holmdel.
What's your mother's maiden name?
Her maiden name is Wygand,
Okay.
but some of the local roads that you drive on in the area, like Beers Street, Van Brackle, they're actually all related to my mom's side of the family.
Wow.
And then, of course, Casola Farms would be my dad's family.
Okay, yeah.
And so both sides have been here a long time. Love the community, love Holmdel, love Monmouth County. And it's a great place to have a winery. Farming has been a part of New Jersey, Garden State, for a really long time. And so the winery itself, we started about 16 years ago with growing grapes. Growing up in Holmdel, growing up on a farm, I knew I wanted to continue our history of farming. And but I also love hospitality and entertaining. I love community. A big part of growing up, farming, it's long days. My dad is always working, but we always came together as a family for dinner with crops that we grew and meat that we raised. And then as we got older, wine got incorporated. So when I was brainstorming about what to do with my life, I knew I wanted to stay in agriculture, but wanted to incorporate some of the things that I love.
Yeah, not necessarily arborvitaes and patience.
The landscaping and the trees.
We love that part of it, but you wanted something a little bit more exciting.
But so it's something that I can share with the community. And so we're thinking, well, we love wine and we love food, and I love hospitality and entertaining. And so we're like, let's do a vineyard and a winery.
So how big is that vineyard? What's the acreage?
So
not of all of Casola, but just of what you have there with Fox Hollow.
So we started with 3 acres of grapevines about 16 years ago, and now we're up to about 45 acres of grapes.
Wow.
Yeah. We're growing.
And how many varietals?
We're growing about 18 different varietals.
Wow.
And making over two dozen different wines. So we have a nice selection for all different palates: dry, sweet, red, rosé, white.
Your rosé is very good.
Thank you.
I really like your rosé.
The pink flamingo is my favorite of the rosé selection. And so we have a nice selection for the novice wine drinker, the more experienced wine drinker. They can come in. If you don't know anything about wine, you can come in and do a tasting.
Yeah, you have a great staff there.
The staff is great.
Yeah, we have a great team. Many have been with us since we opened. We have new people, a lot of people that may have been guests in the past, and they're like, I want a part-time job, and now they work at the winery. And so it really feels like a family. Our team is great. Come in and you can do a tasting where you select your own. We have some preset flights. We also do a nice chocolate and wine pairing. So there's different options for
as well as
people.
Little crudité. You could buy little platters of food too, that if you want to sit there, because you have all these great fire pits. You have amazing live music, right? Tell us about the live music, all those, they're not really concerts, but how you incorporate all that into the evening too.
So we started live music as part of the business. Was just Friday nights. Now we do live music Friday nights, Saturday and Sunday afternoons. And usually our larger, bigger bands are Friday evenings. And that's where we have the fire pits. You come in, sit around a fire pit when it's cooler. We have blankets for people when it's chillier.
Yeah.
Or as the season gets warmer, you see the vineyards growing. And that's all behind the musicians performing. So you get like a show of the musicians overlooking a 100-acre farm with the grapevines growing. So part of what we wanted with the vineyard and winery was for people to be able to come and relax. Everybody works so hard. You're busy and you're busy. Everybody's busy, busy, busy. It's like go, go, go in New Jersey, nonstop. So people can come there. They drive a long driveway. They don't see anything. You don't see a house. We're surrounded by Holmdel Park. And it really gets people like out of their everyday like hustle and bustle. And they can really just sit back and relax and feel like removed from the chaos in the world.
Yes. So like I'm trying to relate to the fact that, when you go over like the Sandy Hook Bridge or any of the bridges, right? You go over and you just see the water and you're like, wow. When you come off Holmdel Road and you're driving down this winding, dusty little road that you...
It's not paved. It helps keep people driving
you're
slower.
Like, damn, I just got my car washed.
They're eager to drive up to the winery so fast.
Sometimes they do fly up there, right? But you're just driving up this windy road. It's the pebbles, the rocks, whatever you want to call it, and you're looking at the vineyards ahead of you. It's like a whole nother world. And you really are transported out of the chaos of normal suburbia. You know what I mean? And it's just, it's literally like a breath of fresh air. And then you pull up there, you run into people, there's all this energy with the fire pits, the music, the people welcoming you as you're walking in, directing you here. If you want food, go there. Like, it's just such a great experience that if you haven't done it yet, you should really do it.
Yeah.
Very, very soon.
What kind of food options do you have there?
So we have a nice menu to accompany the wines. It's a lot of light foods. We try to source as much as we can from local vendors, DeMarco's, Delicious Orchards. There's a New Jersey creamery, Valley Shepherd Creamery, that we get our cheeses from. So we have nice sandwiches, salads. Try to change it seasonally. So it's just great snacking, light food to just sit down with. You don't have to sit at a table and have a fancy dinner.
Yeah,
it's just, get some
just
food.
Nice hangout place.
It's fresh, it's light, it's local, and you just enjoy it with the wines and get to relax.
That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, do you do events there?
We do. So we're mainly focused more on corporate events right now. So a lot of weekday events, so private events.
Okay.
So for private end, we're doing a lot of that during the week. A lot of local businesses come in, and it's a nice team building experience. And then for public events, currently right now we're having we are doing Uncork the Decades, it's called. And every couple of weeks we have a different decade of music, and people are dressing
really cool.
up.
Yeah.
So we just did the 70s, 80s, 90s, and next week we have the 2000s, and then we're going to wrap up with the 60s. And that's our winter thing.
Uh-huh.
And then throughout the year, we do have different events like trivia. Of course, our live music is always around. So we're always trying to incorporate new, different fun things to do at the winery.
So how did the wine come about? So I understand you wanted to make a winery, but at the same time, New Jersey's not really known for its wine. How did the grapes come about? How do you foster them?
So yes, New Jersey's was not known for wine and is really becoming more well known for grape growing. There are definitely challenges that New Jersey has versus say California, but you can definitely grow great grapes and make definitely award-winning, world-renowned wines. So I personally, once we decided on the winery, my dad was really eager, and he started planting grapes, and really I didn't know anything about him, and I was just off to school. And then, so we started planting, talking to other, like Rutgers has a great team there, very knowledgeable. Some other wineries that have already been in the business, we spoke with them. And trial and error, we planted different varieties. Some worked out really well, and some not so much. So like over the last 16 years, we've really cultivated our wine menu and what varietals grow the best, and then whether they're a wine that is like its own, like say Chardonnay is a Chardonnay grape, or different blends. So like we may be blending some different grapes that we are growing on the farm. And we do grow all of our own fruit ourselves. So everything is grown at Fox Hollow Vineyards. We're making all the wine there, we're bottling it and selling it. So it really never leaves the property unless it leaves with you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And how did the name Fox Hollow come about?
So the Fox Hollow Vineyards came about from my, so the farm itself was Fox Hollow Farms.
Mm-hmm.
So prior to being Fox Hollow Vineyards, the winery, we spoke about our family being always farming, and my parents always named their different farms. So Fox Hollow Farms was the original name of the property.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so when they acquired this property, the first time they drove on it, a fox had like run across in front of them. So it was like a good omen that it's going to be a great farm.
Yeah.
And like fox are, they eat rodents, and so they're a good thing to have around. It shows like that there's life, and there's
I'll take a fox for that.
Yeah, unless you're a chicken farmer, you don't want fox. So they named it Fox Hollow Farms because of the fox on the property. There's a lot of fox in the area, and then
and the
so
sentimental. Yeah, very cool. Okay.
Yep.
And you come from a big family?
I do. So I have an older brother, a twin brother, a younger brother, and younger sister. So there's 5 of us.
Wow.
And we're all involved in some way. Whether it's at the winery or Casola Farms, where my dad is mainly there with my twin brother Chris.
Uh-huh.
But you'll see all of us at the different farms. It could be the nursery, the garden center, the winery. It's
and Chris was one of our first guests.
He was.
Yeah,
he was.
Chris was great.
Yeah.
Does Chris do the landscaping for the vineyard?
Chris does. Yeah, he does the landscaping. So we're lucky we get all of our flowers for free from Casola Farms. So it is really beautiful there. They take great care of us. You'll see me at sometimes the garden center, Chris at the winery. My older brother is doing tractor work. My younger brother is around. So right now he's helping us prune in the vineyard because it's pruning season.
Yeah, did the snow really hurt you? What happened with that?
The snow's not bad for the grapes.
Oh, okay.
It's actually it delayed our pruning, so now we're like a little behind, and then you get a week like this where it's 80, and then you're like, please don't start growing because we still need to prune everything. So the weather does affect us, but we you learn that over the years and figure out the best way to manage it.
Right.
Yeah.
So cool. I just think it's wonderful. It's such a fun addition to the area, and do you ever figure out like your demographics? Do you ever find out where people come?
I feel like there's a lot of
they
crazy
have
moms
to
there.
be not just local, probably not just local people. I'm sure people come in and they say that, we heard about you. We drove down from, I don't know, Connecticut or something of the sort.
Yeah. Of course, local is probably our biggest demographic. And, we love our locals. It's what keeps your business going. But then we also have tourist season. So the fall is a big tourist time. So we get a lot of people from New York City. Also just people that are driving in the fall for like the leaves and things like that.
Yeah.
So we get a lot like that. And then just people that maybe just looking on their phone or looking for something to do,
Something
and it
to
pops
do.
up, on social media, Instagram or Facebook or Google, and they just want to go visit a winery.
Would you be permitted to have like a wedding there if somebody wanted to?
Yeah, we do. So people can get married there. We're definitely looking to incorporate more weddings and things like that over the next couple of years.
Just what a beautiful scenery that must be, right? Like the backdrop.
Yeah. No, that it's like this time of year, stuff starts getting green and lush. It's really beautiful. And like I said earlier, you just see the vines, and you don't see anything else. It's
But it's
peaceful.
all there.
It's special.
Yeah, it's all there. And that's like a lesson in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. It's coming.
Yeah. And that's like, I guess, like people learning and hearing about us. We have people still come and they're like, we didn't even know you were here, which has been great because it's allowed us to kind of grow slowly. And it's just also special seeing like somebody new for the first time. And they're like, oh my God, I didn't know this was here. We love it. We can't wait to come back. And that really, that's like the best part of having a business or being in a family business or a small business is seeing like your guests come in and then like smile and just love being there.
I remember when you very first, 16 years ago, I don't know if it was 16 years ago.
We started great 16 years ago. We opened the winery. It'll be, I think, 10 years this fall. So
I was there when you first opened. So that was
10 years seems like a long time ago,
yeah.
but I
it's
do
like
remember,
the COVID time warp in there. So
Yeah.
It's like here and then it's like years and then it's like again.
I remember coming in with my mom and my daughter, and it was inside. And it was just kind of at the bar, and it was like, what do you want? It was like, well, what do you have? Like,
Yeah.
and, whoever was standing there told us the wines that we could have. And we kind of just stood there and tasted them, and we probably came home with a couple of bottles. And then I've gone back, obviously, many other times. Most recently, we wound up there after a walk through Holmdel Park on Saturday. It had to have been Sunday because Eugene was with me, right? So it was Sunday.
Yeah.
And the woman greeting us at the door, like you had like this beautiful entranceway. Maybe it was the fall because I feel like there was like some hay things around. Like it was
the
just like
mums and all that, and
such
the
a different
cabbage.
experience. And then you walk in a little bit further, you have that lovely lady selling her hats and sweatshirts if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And then you go in, it's like this long walk in where you could buy your food, pick out the wines that you want. Like it's just such a huge.
I'm going on Friday. I've decided.
Are you? Okay, I'll meet you there.
Yeah. And there is there's different parts of the winery, which is great too. Like you can come in for the wine tasting experience, or you can come for the live music experience. You can we have indoor seating, outdoor seating. You don't even have to drink. We have like a great mocktail menu, non-alcoholic options. We get people that come just to come enjoy the views.
Just the visual
you don't
part
have
of
to
it.
really even buy anything. You just we're there for people to come and just enjoy it.
See, I feel like
get
this
a
is so
bottle
much
of
more
water.
relaxing than like getting on a bike. This is so much more my speed. Mentally, physically, just relax in front of a fire with a glass of wine.
Yeah.
A bottle.
Yeah.
IV or cup.
So what are your favorite varietals for this year?
Favorite
Varieties for this year?
So I'm a big rosé fan.
Yeah, it's just so easy to drink.
It's so easy. And that before we had the winery, I always loved a rosé. And on the farm there, my mom and I would always sit together at the end of the day and have some rosé, nice chilled rosé in like the summer, and just look at the farm. And so I have great memories of rosé. So that is my favorite. That's my favorite go-to choice is a rosé. But seasonally it changes. When it's cold and there's nothing better than a red to like warm you up.
Oh, I know.
And then whites in the summer, or we do like wine spritzers, which are great. We have a whole like outdoor area. We call it market, and it's a little bit more of like a build your own experience. We're up at the winery. We have our food menu and wine. This lower level that we've been kind of growing over the years. We have a little shop down there, and it's all charcuterie and gift things. So people come in, we have picnic baskets, and they can just shop around and get like their own cheeses, their own meats. We have picnic blankets, and so they can kind of build their own experience at the winery and then go and sit on the hillside, listen to the music, look at the vines. It's a little bit more like quiet, personal, intimate versus like maybe up at the top where you're around a fire pit and have like the liveliness of like the bands and stuff.
I forgot about the hillside pot. That is really cool. To just kind of sit and have a nice little picnic.
Yeah, we've had people that they've come for their first date and now they've come back to like get engaged there.
Oh, that's
so they're
cool.
like it's over the years since we've now been open longer. You've seen like the growth of like people came for their first date and now they're on to like let's get engaged, and
that is so
it's
sweet.
It's really wonderful being part of the community and the people in that way.
Are you kid friendly for like the Saturday?
We are
afternoons?
21 and over only.
21 and over.
Yeah, so we're a great adult venue where we can just
You need
get
a
away
break
for
from
the
the
peace.
kids.
No, yeah, totally. But
Yeah.
people might be wondering. So
Yeah, no, that's an important question. We do try to get that message out. My brother's got kids and I love them. But we focus on, a place for adults to get to and just relax and unwind.
It would get dangerous, though, if they start running around. Remember the whole Nettie's thing?
Mm-hmm.
They start running around with the fire pits and tripping over the chairs, and it's not pavers.
It's not set up for children.
There's plenty of other
Pavers,
places the
there's
kids
class
can go.
And
Bring the nanny, leave them at Holmdel Park,
right.
drive over.
Drop them at Long Street Farm and enjoy the animals and have a glass of wine.
Exactly.
And Uber home.
Exactly. But the nanny can drive you home.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
Pick me up in 2 hours.
That's what we hire her for.
So fun. So your whole family's involved, which is really, really nice. Your parents are still involved?
Yep. Yeah, they're still involved. Family business, so I feel like they're always involved in some way. Whether it's helping brainstorm an idea for an event or my dad's a big supporter because he loves farming so much. So he's usually and he's also like the biggest cheerleader. He's so like proud of his product and his business and his family and his kids.
I was going to ask, like, do they step back and look at like, wow, we built this? Like, talk about a legacy, right? Like most people just have their kids as their legacy. But like you have this whole environment in Holmdel and beyond that your parents built that'll be here forever.
Yeah.
Just by street names. If nothing else, they got the street names, right? Like they, at some point, they have to just sit back and say like, wow, cheers to us.
I think they're really proud of what they've built and what we're doing as a family.
Which is really nice.
And that's also like a vineyard and the farm. It's, farming is not just a one-time career. It's a generational thing. Like you invest in the property and you grow crops. Like grapes they're a crop that is always there, kind of like an orchard. Mm-hmm. So you plant them and you have to like nourish them and grow them. And it's 5 years before you can have wine. And then they'll live 30, 40 plus years or more. So it's definitely, you do it to plan for the next generation. It's not just, let's make wine this year and then next year not make wine.
Right. It's kind of like, we love Dio, so we'll throw Eastmont orchards in here too. Yeah. Some years they have great apples, and some years, you know what, they're just not as sweet as they might have been the year before, but it's so weather dependent. So you go back to like, Little House on the Prairie days where you just realize how hard farming really, really is.
Yeah, there's definitely years that are spectacular, years that are great for reds or whites, or there's just years that the weather is not on your side.
Yeah, you just have no control over it.
Exactly.
And you pivot and you figure out how to make it.
Absolutely. And that's
whatever it might need to be.
Most, small business or businesses here, there's always going to be a challenge.
Right.
Is there any wine varieties that are easier to grow with weather? Like is rosé easier?
No, rosé. No, they're not. I would say no.
No.
You can definitely pick like grape variety for weather. A lot of like they've developed a lot of like hybrid grapes would be crosses of different varieties, like European versus like American. But the ones that everybody wants to drink are like the European varieties, which would be like your Chardonnay, your Cabernet, your Riesling. So like those name recognized wines and grapes are more challenging to grow. And so we do plan that when planting the vineyard. So like different locations on the farm may lend themselves to maybe it's higher and drier. So, that's going to be a sunnier, longer growing season. So maybe put a red where like a white doesn't necessarily need as long to grow. So then maybe you put that in a location that doesn't, maybe it experiences a later winter and an earlier fall. So, okay, you put a grape there. So definitely site selection.
And it has to do with too, how like the rainwater kind of like washes down too, right? So the top vines are getting are different than what the bottom ones are getting, right?
Yes, so exactly. That's a great point.
It's obvious, but like you don't always think about it.
No.
Right? When you're planting, like you have to know the minerals that are coming down here are going to affect
maybe it's
differently.
stonier up at the top because some of that soil's like washed down, and then like the bases of the hill will be like more nutrient dense with richer soils. and then that would factor into like maybe a slower growing vine or a faster growing vine. So that's a lot of that is in like the planning of the vineyards, and then once you have the varieties selected and location on the farm, and even though we're all in one farm, there's we have say like three locations where we're growing Cabernet Sauvignon, because maybe it grows really good in this spot and this spot, and then you can marry them together in the barrel and they'll make like an exceptional wine. So like different areas will lend themselves to different characteristics in the wine. So you try to pull the best out of each area and put them together. So you can have a great product quality. Yeah.
So you mentioned that rosé is your favorite wine, and it's a beautiful story the way that you and your mom shared it. But can you tell us, like really briefly, like what makes a rosé?
So a rosé is actually red grapes, handled a little bit more like a white wine. So you pick the grapes, they're red. So like our rosé that I'd say is like our top rosé that people really love is our Pink Flamingo. And that's made with Cabernet Sauvignon grapes, which is a red grape, Cabernet Franc grapes, which is a red grape, and then Petit Verdot, which is a red grape. And we do make red wines out of those grapes too. But we harvest them, we'll harvest them a different time than we'd harvest them for a red wine. And then you're picking them, you're crushing them, you're pressing them, and then the juice sits on the skins, the red skins, just for like a short amount of time. So it's pulling a little bit of color from the skins. So that's giving it a pink because it's kind of just like a little bit of red coming out into the juice. So that gives it the pink color. And then it goes on to ferment in tank, and then be bottled. So it's like a hybrid between of making a white and a red wine. Do you have a favorite
Friday
wine?
night's going to be Pink Flamingo night.
Pink Flamingo night.
I do. I like a lot of. I've been into like the Sancerres lately. I know you don't do that there. Do I have? I have way too many favorites.
Yeah.
I have to go sulfate free these days, or try to.
Okay.
Because I get these headaches from some wines, mostly reds, but not yours, but yeah.
But that might be why a lighter rosé.
Yeah.
Will help
Rosé's
you.
never done me wrong.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with
So
rosé.
do you do like the orange wines? We did a
wine.
flight. I don't know, out in the Hamptons. It was like, what is it, 5 daughters, 3 daughters, or whatever that vineyard out there is called. I forget. But we did a flight, and one did a white, one did a red, one did a rosé, and I think I did the orange one because I was like, orange wine? What is orange wine? Which was really kind of cool. It's a dessert wine. But do you have them?
So really cool that you asked. We don't have one on the menu, but we actually have one in bottle still aging.
Okay.
So probably the next year or so, it's a dry sparkling orange wine, which is cool. I didn't really know much about orange wines until a few years back, and so they're a white grape, and usually like with white grapes, you press them right away and you don't ferment them with skin, so to get the orange color, you ferment the white grapes with some skin, and that gives it a little bit of that orange tinge. So you're kind of now treating the white wine like a rosé wine when you're doing like the process. And it gives it a little bit of orange color, adds some different flavors that you wouldn't get normally in a white wine. And you can make a dessert wine with it. We went the sparkling route, and it's cool. It's still aging in bottle. The sparkling wines, we bottle ferment it, so it builds up like the bubbles and the pressure and everything. And so currently it's just in there stabilizing the bubbles and developing its flavors and characteristics. And then hopefully another year or so it'll be ready, and we will have an orange wine for you.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put that on my my future calendar. But Prosecco's are good. Champagne obviously is always good, and sometimes it's nice to just put a little dash in a drink. It really just like elevates it to a different a different level. My husband really loves, I forget the name of the drink now, but it's this bourbon drink where they put the red wine on top of it.
Okay. Bourbon. So would it be like a cocktail, like a Manhattan type thing where they're using bourbon?
Yes. But it looks really cool. Did Joe ever have one?
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's going to shoot me. But
That would put Joe to bed.
And is it for like a dessert or?
No, just as a
like
drink.
a-
No,
okay.
you can take
That
2 or
sounds
3
great.
of them.
I love
but they're
bourbon,
just really,
so
really pretty
I'm gonna have to
because
try
the
that.
red wine adds like a whole different flavor to it. It tastes really good.
That sounds great.
I'll text you later with the name of
Yeah,
it.
no, that sounds wonderful.
But it's kind of cool. There's just so much that you can do.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so individualized.
Oh yeah.
And my friend taught me a long time ago, like the whole, you have to have red with this.
It's called a New York sour.
New York sour.
New York sour. Okay.
Thank you. New York sour. And what did it say what it is?
I'm gonna have to make
It's
one
red
tonight.
wine.
It is
My husband's
bourbon,
addicted.
lemon juice, simple syrup, and red wine.
Okay.
But normally it's a Malbec or Shiraz.
Okay.
But it's topped off with the red wine, right?
Float.
So in the
Half-ounce float.
yes,
Okay.
so the glass looks really cool.
So
Optional,
you basically
one
make
egg
like a
white for
whiskey
frothy
sour.
texture.
Oh, egg whites, I love them in a sour.
Yeah.
They just like add that like creamy and fullness.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's just like a whiskey sour, and you just put a little floater of wine on the top.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
sounds-
this new thing.
Sounds fabulous.
It really is. Yes. We'll figure out how to bring you one.
Yeah.
So it's so exciting. I
Yeah,
think it's just like such a world unto itself. And like I was going
I
to say,
have to check out the picnic area. That's amazing.
Yeah, that'll open usually like Labor Day. That opens up.
Nice.
And yeah, it's just and we have some lawn games down there, so people can come, and we have like cornhole, the Connect Four, Jenga. So it's just like more of like a chill vibe down there. It's really nice. Yeah.
and it's fun to feel young again without having the kids around. No,
yeah.
seriously.
I tell my
it's-
kids every
Yeah.
chance I get.
And mine are older now, so it's nice to enjoy it with them.
Yeah, so like you
in a
can still be a
nice-
family, and you just bring all your adult family
Right,
with you.
right.
You
And we
still
can't bring
your
our own
kids
food
or
in
your
because you have your own
parents.
food right there.
Yep. So we have our own food. So no outside food or drinks.
Right.
We got everything you need, from prepared food to make your own. Like I said, with the picnics, great local cheeses and little like honeys and nuts and crackers. Some gluten free or seeds or whatever. So you got a nice selection. Come in and
I know
make an
DeMarco's is working
experience.
on some little collaboration with you, so hopefully
Yeah.
that'll
More to
come soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we love working with Gene. DeMarco's takes good care of us.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
well, they
And
love you too. It's a great
you guys-
business.
your products. Your
50
DeMarco's has been
years.
around 50 years. Yeah,
50 years.
Another local family.
Yeah,
business.
they didn't name a street after us though. We
Not
got
yet.
a couple of proclamations,
There
or
you go.
a couple of dates, but yeah, we have to talk to the mayor about a street
right.
maybe.
Yeah,
Let's get him on here.
yeah.
We can.
Well, thank you
Come
so
on,
much for
Fred.
coming on. See,
Yeah.
it went fast.
It went
Yeah.
fast.
Thank you so much for
thank you.
coming.